With the potential of anybody from any former Marvel film returning in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, every single actor who's doing anything these days is asked about a potential return, specifically those who were previously seen in Fox's X-Men franchise because, well, you know, Professor X and everything. So let's hear from Cyclops himself, who recently has found himself at the center of the very successful Sonic franchise. Man, you all remember Westworld? How good that first season was? And then the second season happened, and by the time we got the third one, it was like, oh yeah, Westworld exists. Yeah. Anyways, one of the stars of the first season, aka Cyclops himself, James Marsden, was recently talking about the huge success he's found after the X-Men, specifically being the front and center man of the live-action Sonic franchise, which honestly, yeah, he's great in that, along with pretty much everything else I've seen him in since X-Men 3. In a recent interview with the outlet Black Girl Nerds, he was asked about a potential return to Marvel, specifically returning in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, because obviously Professor X is returning, and the multiverse, anything can happen. And he says, look, he's interested. He's listening. If they want to bring him back some 22 years later, he's into that. He knows about the multiverse, and he knows it can happen. But he says he's not in it. But it would be cool to see if he was. Now, obviously, I think anything is possible. You know, we've talked about this. They can bring back anybody for anything, for whatever, right? And I'm just going to go ahead and say I don't think he's in this. I don't see why you would include Cyclops out of all of the X-Men. You know, especially the way that that version of Cyclops was written off in the worst way possible. So, yeah, I don't think so. I think if anything, they would want to maybe go back to the younger version. But who really knows what their plans are? I certainly wouldn't mind if he showed up. I think that'd be great. But realistically, when we look back at rumors over the last couple years, his name has popped up in rumors related to Nova and a couple of other characters. And it's even been mentioned that, you know, he's met with Marvel in regards to one role or another. Kevin Feige's expressed interest in working with former actors. So it's one of those things where they got that friendship, they met on the set, Feige was there very early on, and Marsden hasn't found himself in any sort of controversy or anything, which is great. So maybe there's something that can happen here, but let's be real. If they were to add that character into Doctor Strange, it sounds like it would be another big addition to a film that could legitimately suffer under its own weight from so much happening and a short runtime. So I'm going to believe him when he says no. I understand why many people are saying yes. I understand why many people believe that he's lying, but I don't think he is. I think he's honestly telling the truth.